Hello and welcome to the main video of this video resolution test series. Now in this short series there's only 3 videos and each of them are like 5 to 8 seconds long. Each video is a test of my Samsung Galaxy A70's different camera modes. You've got effectively the 4K mode, then you've got the 1080p mode with video stabilization on, and then you've got the 1080p mode which is 60 frames per second. Now the Ultra HD mode, which is effectively 4K, is only 30 frames per second. Now what I've done is uploaded the 3 videos and they are whitelisted, so if you want to watch one of the videos, follow the link in the description of this video to the one that you want to watch and test it, see what it looks like, and then you can comment on this video and tell me which one you think is best. The Ultra HD mode at 30 frames per second, the Full HD mode with stabilization on, or the Full HD mode which is 60 frames per second. And in the description of each video I go into a little bit of detail about the decisions that Samsung have made and the quality of the video itself, and also sort of some details about what the video actually is. So now, if you can't be bothered to watch videos, or if you've already watched the videos and you want to know more information about each one of them, now I'm going to go into detail. So the first one is Ultra HD mode. Now that is 3840 by 2160 at 30 frames per second. Now the reason why I think you can only do 60 frames per second at 1080p is because of a software decision made by Samsung. I don't think it's a limitation of the camera hardware, because if it can record 60 frames per second at 1080p with the same camera that takes 4K videos at 30 frames per second, I think that's a software decision that Samsung made to make it so if you took a 4K video at 60 frames per second, it would be a very large file size. And I don't think that's a hardware limitation of the actual camera itself. So yeah, that's the 3840 by 2160 mode. The next mode is 1920 by 1080 with video stabilization turned on. Now what this is I think what the software does is takes a video and then the software moves the video around inside a frame which is smaller than the actual video being taken. So when this video is shaken around, that frame can, either with AI or with just some hardwired software, it can follow something in frame and keep it stable. So if you've got a really shaky video, the software makes a smaller video and moves that small box around inside the large video to keep it stable. It's not optical image stabilization. When you turn the image stabilization on, it's purely software that, I'm assuming it's purely software that I'm assuming that it's purely software that stabilizes the video. I don't think I know it's not optical image stabilization. And that's a fact because a recent update in settings for the A70, in a recent update, actually no, not recent, I think it was in January or February, an update in January or February, the camera app added the video stabilization mode. So that's that. It's video stabilization 1920 by 1080, so 1080p video stabilization. And the last video is 1920 by 1080 Full HD at 60 frames per second. And like I said when I was talking about the 3840 by 2160 video at 30 frames per second, the 1080p video at 60 frames per second, I think they've made that decision, Samsung have made that decision in software, so you can take these sort of pretty okay looking 60 frames per second videos without taking up loads of storage space, and you can take the 4K videos at only 30 frames per second to save on storage space. I think if you were a hacker type person, you could possibly get it to record 4K at 60 frames per second. That may even be added in a future update. I'm personally, in my opinion, if it's not a limitation of the hardware, Samsung should have given users the option to record 4K at 60 frames per second if the end user doesn't necessarily care about the total storage size of that video that they've recorded. Especially for creators like me, once I've recorded all the clips for a video and uploaded the video, I usually, once it's uploaded to YouTube or Instagram, I'll delete it off my phone so I can free up storage, because it's already on YouTube, on the channel, people can watch it. I don't need the edited video or any of the clips for the video on my phone anymore, because it's already on YouTube. Now, I know some people may not trust that. In the long run, YouTube could go bust and you may want to keep all of these memorable videos, but you've deleted them off your phone, YouTube goes bust and they're gone forever. But, you know, there's long-term solutions for that, such as SSDs, hard drives, sort of backup drives. Once you've uploaded them to YouTube, you can download them, or once you've edited them, you can upload them to YouTube and then have them on. You can then move them later to your backup 1 terabyte drive. So there's just some few things. I in my opinion, I still think Samsung should have given the end user the option to record 60 frames per second in 4K if it's not a limitation of the hardware and it's just a software decision that they've made. So anyway, that is the end of the video. That's the end of the main video. Now you can you can follow the links in the description of this video to the 1920 by 1080 60 frames per second test, 1920 by 1080 video stabilization test, and 3840 by 2160 30 frames per second test. And before I go, I just wanted to say I will start to make more technical videos like this in the future. This is the first one. Now, the videos I've made on my channel so far haven't been too in-depth with sort of specs and technical aspects of hardware and things like that. But in the future, I will be making more videos sort of like this, maybe not in this sort of test unlisted video follow the link style. I might edit together and actually produce a long video. But anyway, that is the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching the links. Comment on this video once you've seen the links. Comment on this video which one you think looks best, and I'll see you in the next one.